Hey Silver, welcome aboard. How's your day going? I'm not talking to you, baby girl. I'm not. You wanna go outside? What do you wanna do? Scoot. Good girl. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you feel better soon. Grab yourself a nice hot shower and some ibuprofen. What do you have going on tonight? That sounds fun. What kind of video games are you into? I've heard of that. I've never played it. I don't know much about video games, but that's I've heard of that. People speak highly of it, so that's good. It's always nice to. Video games are very uh, very comforting. They're relaxing. I mean, I guess not all video games, because you play a really hard game, then you're just going to be angry. I should pop a shirt on because I am covered in tiny little nicks and cuts from the cats and the razor. Look, I've got the bubonic plague or something in here. At least the camera's nice and dark now, so all of my tiny imperfections may be hidden a little bit. Yeah, cats and rain. It does. It sounds like a local indie band that plays very loud music. Hey, Jock, great to see you. Ah, glad you're back. Yeah, I'd gotten that new razor. It did pretty well. Like it didn't. It does a good job of cutting the hair, and then like if you use it well enough, it's got like a little like a really close shave too. So I can use it on my face and you know get it pretty good. But I was using on my body, just like little cuts and scrapes, and then like you play with the cats and they're gonna scratch you, they're gonna pick at you. So I've got all these little scratches all over me. Tonight probably won't be a super long show. Uh, I had a really good shoulder workout the other day. My right shoulder's been a little iffy, so we're going to start with back and see how well back goes, and then if back goes well, then we'll do a little bit of biceps. Maybe if I try to cut down on some of my workout and stick to like maybe 6 sets, then my workout will go faster and I'll still be in the range of what I need to for the week. If I can hit back again later on. if I if I was uh, if I was swole like Rich Piana, then I would have doubts as well. Although I'm well far from that. That's a good measuring stick though. Although Rich was, you could tell he was bad. Like there are lesser guys that you could compare me to, but I appreciate it. Although I guess that's the goal, to be as big as Rich. Maybe with fewer tattoos. He went a little heavy in both the gym and the tattoo chair. Homeboy's just like covered in tattoos. Uh, that's that's never been a worry for me. I'm not super familiar with all of Rich's work. I've seen like the occasional YouTube video on him and such. And obviously he was a well built man, but I've seen certain videos where he's talking, where where he was talking, and I guess we can speak in the past tense. Uh, but I would watch videos of him talking, and he seemed just insufferable with his like he would talk about like, oh yeah, well, if you want to get big, you got to do this. And it's like, okay, that that makes sense. And he's like, yeah, I'm so fucking smart. I'm the smartest man in the world. It's like, okay, ease up, brother. let's dial it back just a touch. But I guess if you're that big, you can say whatever you want, because obviously whatever you're doing is working. Of course, I get it's probably no surprise that he had a little bit of a pharmaceutical help. Which, I mean, whatever people want to do with their lives, it doesn't affect me. Oh, my legs are killing me. I had a really good workout at the gym yesterday. Uh, I had done hamstrings, so I warmed up with some light leg presses, and then I just moved over and took up camp at the leg curl. And I was doing a lot of single legs and some double legs, and did a couple of drop sets, which was really nice. And then I built a home over by the calf machine and did my calf stuff there, which I don't like to. I don't like to take up too much room. No, not room, but I don't like to. I don't like to bogart the calf machine because it's the only one there. So I don't like being over there too long, but at the same token, rarely is it used. So I feel a little less bad about it. Like if you're on the leg curl, it's like, okay, well, there are two leg curl machines right here, and then there's another one on the back, so you can take that one up. The calf machine, though, I mean, it's if you're waiting for the calf machine, then you can go and you can grab a leg press, which there are four of them. You can grab a leg press and do calf raises with that, so it's not so bad. I just like the isolation that the calf machine gives, because I'm able to either extend my knees and press, or try to keep my knees bent and give myself a little bit of a heel click maneuver, like angle and press, like little flippers, and I like doing that. Yeah, but my hamstrings are very much tender today. It's that whole up here. Right into the butt. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I don't go to the gym as often as I should to do my legs. So I always try a little bit. I always go a little bit harder than I probably should, just because I don't have the. I don't get over since I'm not there. You know, I can do my hamstrings a little bit, you know, pretty well over here at the house. But if I'm training legs like, you know, once every week or two, or you know the quad or the hamstring or whatever, then I try to do as much as I can, and then I can't walk for a couple of days because I'm stupid. But it was a good workout. I feel really good about it, and then hopefully I can get back over there Thursday or so to do my quad stuff, and that's always fun. But as long as I don't miss any days, like today, I was sitting in my chair watching YouTube clips of that TV show House, which I hadn't seen in like 10 years. And YouTube just keeps suggesting it to me. So I've been watching that. I was like, I gotta go do something. Let me start with back and see how I feel, and then I can move on to something else if I feel the need. Go ahead and get something going. Also, being at the gym allows me to hop in the tanning bed so I can get a little color on this old pale body. Which I am in desperate need of. Because right now I'm pale and hairy, hairless, and covered in tiny scratches. So I look quite funny. Don't look very appetizing. Oh, I appreciate that, Jock. But you're a little biased, so I can't trust you too much. Yeah, I've just got all these little pinpricks all over me with the cats are just, you know, you have cats, you gotta play with them. So I'm constantly getting, I'm trying to sleep and my cat jumps on my stomach and just starts needling me. You're addicted, Jock. You can't give up the kale now, which is really good. I'm glad you're enjoying it. It should it should provide some good nutrients for you as you keep working on your health like you've been doing. That's really good. I bought a bunch of ground beef that was on sale, so I need to. I already made a pound of sloppy joes and a 2 pound meatloaf. So now I need to make about 4 pounds of taco meat before that ground beef goes bad. Because you buy the ground beef, it's like, okay, well, it's $2 a pound, but it's starting to get a little brown. So a pound of ground beef is easy. You get like 7 pounds of ground beef. You gotta figure out something to do with it real quick. But at the very least, I can make like 4 pounds of taco meat and just freeze it, and just go back to it. Or I can brown the ground beef and put it off to the side, and then buy a bunch of beans and have some chili beans. Because I haven't had chili beans in a while, and that's a real good hearty lunch. Hey Austin, great to see you, buddy. How's your day been so far? We'll do one more thing. We'll do one more set of this, and then we'll do like 10 minutes of biceps before I go take a shower. Thankfully, I don't have to worry about making any food because I've got some meatloaf left over, and then if I can get some more coffee in me and get moving, I can make up that ground beef. I also have a zucchini I need to make. I bought a fresh zucchini because what I'm going to do is I've got some chicken marinating in teriyaki sauce. I was going to grill that up with some zucchini and rice. Hopefully it's not too clear, Austin, because I've just got all these little marks on me. Like when I'm hairy, you don't see it as much, but when I'm when I'm hairless and this pale, you see all these little cuts that are all over me. I was trying, because first you shave, which is going to irritate your skin, and then you get a bunch of cats together, and it's a never-ending cycle of them jumping on you, making their little bread and sleeping, and then running away. But There's not much I can do about that. I guess I can put a shirt on, but what the hell? What does it matter? It's not like you guys don't know what a grown man with blemishes looks like. Hey, Tiger, great to see you, buddy. How's your day been? Oh. Well, that sounds very good, Jock. How did you cook the chicken? Did you bake it? Did you grill it? Did you pan fry it? Did you air fry it? Okay. Oh, thank you, Tiger. Okay, let's that's about 30 minutes or so of back. We can do like 6 or so sets of biceps, and then we can call it a day. So I can take a shower and get some food. I might make some broccoli or something to go along with my meatloaf. That sounds very good. What kind of chicken was it? Was it chicken thighs, chicken breast? Oh, you give me a thick woman and some barbecue, and you've got my ideal date night. I keep pulling up my underwear. Before too long, it's going to be right up under my nipples. I prefer chicken breast because it's less bones. But I've always heard that, and it's true, chicken thighs and legs, they are more tender. The dark meat is more juicy and it cooks faster because the bone inside of it, as you're cooking it, kind of cooks it from within as well once that bone gets hot. And chicken legs are generally less expensive, but it's still by the pound. So you might be paying more because of the bone. It's like if you get ribs and they're super cheap. It's like, yeah, they're super cheap, but it's mostly bones, You can't go by that because they're not like giving you like the price per pound of just the meat. It's how much pound is on it, how much weight is on there. So get a little bones in there too. Although I haven't bought chicken in a while because chicken's gone through the roof now in price. Who's that meowing? Who's that meowing? Honey, come on in. Come on in. I was just talking about you. I was just talking about you, cutie pie. Yes. Would you want to go back out? What do you... Okay. So, I haven't been buying chicken as often as I should, but it's gone up like 50%, so I'm a big fat guy, but I'm also very frugal. So, I'm not going to spend money if I don't have to. But I had slow cooked some chicken and shredded it up, and I might make some chicken salad with it. Or some quesadillas. I've got a couple of pounds of kind of chicken chunks that oh, sure I do, Austin. Right here. You got a whole lot of... I'm covered in handles. I was at the gym yesterday and I was wrapping up my calf workout, and this older lady, she asked me if I could help her figure out a machine, and as I was explaining it to her, I was like, you know, the irony is you're asking me to help you figure out an ab machine. You know, like it's like there's not a whole lot I'm going to tell you about. I can tell you how to use the machine, but if you're looking to get abs, I'm not the guy to ask. I can tell you how to get a belly, no problem. You know, come over for dinner sometime. But it worked out well for her because she was saying how one of the machines was hurting her neck, and I was like, oh, well, there's this machine over here where you kind of plant your base and you push up, and it's got some resistance to it. So I think I actually helped somebody at the gym. So I was feeling good about myself. Of course, telling everybody about how kind and generous I am helping people at the gym makes me a douche. Oh, you say that now, Austin, but and they do get their bellies scratched, and they get all the kisses, but also they have to deal with me always picking them up, and they get tired of that. Because when you're my cat, you're going to get picked up and kissed a lot. And with so many cats, it's it's a lot of love that needs to be spread around. So whenever I can grab one of them, I gotta snuggle it. Oh, standing here really hurts. Oh, I could not give myself a good base with those. Ah. Oh, that was not fun. Oh, yeah, I make sure that I don't like to give them too many treats because treats are more so like if I'm having some work done on the house or I need to do something that requires me opening and closing the door, I'll use treats to kind of put them off to the side and close, lock them in somewhere so I don't have to worry about them running away. But whenever I eat tuna, they get the tuna water. Whenever I have a cup of coffee, I always give them a little bit of milk. Ed O'Neill playing Fred Blassie. I really like Ed O'Neill, so it's hard for. I don't know. I'd have to see some of the pictures or like some to see how he's gonna look. Because Ed O'Neill's great. Like Married with Children, Wayne's World, the first couple of seasons of Modern Family. He's very talented. But yeah, if who's playing Hogan? Is it still Thor? Because Hogan was about, you could say Hogan was roughly 6'4". Yeah, I don't know how tall Thor is. I don't know if. I don't think he's a short man, but he's definitely built. But Hogan was, his size couldn't. Blassie was a. Blassie was a good compliment to Hogan. I don't know if Hogan was ever 6'6". He may have been billed as 6'6", and maybe in boots he was 6'5". But the thing about wrestling is that heights and weights are always exaggerated. Because I am right now maybe 5'10" and 265 pounds. If I'm going into the ring, they will bill me as 6 foot and 275 or so. But you can see Hogan next to average people. You can see Hogan next to average people that their legitimate height and the disparity isn't that much. Because, you can see Hogan next to, you can see Hogan next to Sylvester Stallone, and Sylvester Stallone is like 5 foot tall, so that's not a good comparison. You know, Hogan, yeah, now Hogan's probably like 6 foot because all the fucking back surgeries, uh, but you have to take a lot of the heights and stuff with a grain of salt because you know their wrestling boots are going to add about an inch because of the heel, and they're often going to be in a wrestling ring. But let's be generous and let's say Hogan was like legitimately 6'5", right? I don't think Thor is that at all. He might be 6'2". Uh, Maybe I have no reference for that, but whatever he is, it's difficult. But Hogan's like it's weird when you try to do a biopic on somebody like Hogan because uh, how do you how do you find somebody who is that tall and that muscular? So I wonder. I wonder what the Hogan biopic's gonna be like because he's had such an interesting life and career. But like, is it like a complete life story? Like, is it gonna be 10 minutes of his pre wrestling stuff, 30 minutes of his other stuff, and then like 45 minutes of like the post wrestling, the Gawker shit, all that stuff? I'm not familiar with that word, Capo. I will have to look that up. Alright. I mean, they didn't often fudge the weights of guys in wrestling, but they would always give somebody an inch or two. Because, like I said, you're in wrestling boots, which are going to give you some height. And if you're sitting in the crowd, they're in a ring that is 3 feet off the ground, so they're already much bigger than you, right? So you're looking up at them. And the average man isn't that tall. So like, if you're like a 6 foot tall man and you see Hogan, then you can give him that extra inch or so. I know Sullivan was a shorter guy. It's hard to say with Buzz because I'm not sure what they ever billed him as. I mean, he was not a tall man, but he was like, Buzz was always so round, and plus Buzz was always like hunched over like he was a like he was a gargoyle. Oh, Dynamite was like 5'7". It was very apparent when he would get in there with guys because, I mean, even when he was wide, you could still see how short he was. And then later in life, not too much later, but later in his wrestling career, when he'd slimmed down, you could see how short he was because he wasn't, he didn't have that width to like make it seem better. The thing about wrestling is that everything is exaggerated. I mean, sometimes it can get really foolish, like where they, because, nowadays, they'll say guys like Adam Cole are 6 foot tall, and it's like, dude, that dude's like 5'7" at best. Maybe if he's standing on a phone book, he's that. A lot of these guys, the talent pool has gotten to a point where so many smaller guys that everybody is kind of comparable. But if even if you guys are like just around 6 feet tall, you could walk into a wrestling locker room and everybody would look like a midget. Yeah, Andre's been billed at a lot of different things. I've heard 7'4" before. I've heard, like in wrestling, wrestling, they would say like 7 foot tall, 7'4". If Hogan talks about Andre, it's like at WrestleMania 3, Andre the Giant was 16 feet tall and he weighed a metric ton. And I picked him over my head and threw him out into outer space. But everything's a lie. That's why I'm wondering about the. That's why I'm wondering about the Hogan movie. Like, are they going to include some of his? Like, they're not going to do the crazy stories that he tells that are proven false. But like, yeah, I mean, I guess when Hogan is talking about all these lies, he's talking about like Hulk Hogan, the gimmick. So it's like, yeah, Hulk Hogan did all this stuff because he was a superhero. But Terry Bollea, he's just a normal guy. So, but I'm wondering, like, are they going to talk about? Are they going to talk about the steroid trial? Are they going to talk about, like, how much wrestling is going to be in it? Because a lot of how much of it is his life and how much of it is wrestling. I mean, I know wrestling was the most important thing in his life, but it could be a bait and switch where it's like, okay, well, I don't know if it's a bait and switch, but like somebody like me who goes into that movie, I don't want to know about Hulk Hogan the person. I don't care about Terry Bollea. It would be cool to see a big budgeted, high production recreation of all these cool things and see how they portray certain things. It would be really cool. But then, like, if it's like, okay, well, he's wrestling, but we're going to be talking about his marriage with Linda and his his kids, yeah, his kid's accident, his daughter, his love affair, his him being canceled, all that stuff. Like, I don't care about that. Like, so, there's a lot of, like, that's a dark side of the ring kind of thing, where, and this might just be a big budgeted dark side of the ring. Uh, but very rarely do I care about a wrestler's family and shit. But if it's stuff that happens in wrestling, that's cool, like I like watching the Dynamite Kid wrestle. Uh, it's he's super great, all that fun stuff, right? But there's also a lot of stuff that happened outside of the wrestling ring, but still in wrestling that are equally as cool. Like the fight with Jacques Rougeau is awesome. The just his antics backstage are awesome. There's a lot of cool things that are still involved with wrestling, and when they talk about his family life and everything, it's like, okay, that's cool, whatever, but it's still not for me. Like I don't give a shit. I like the wrestling stories, and most of the time, like actual actual stories about families and stuff, they're a fucking bummer. Like you go into you learn about Jake Roberts' life, is that just makes you feel icky. Wrestlers are terrible people. So when 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 you get beyond that point to know the real person, it's just disgusting. I just want to watch, but at the same time, like I've never I can't remember the last time I saw a movie about wrestling that I enjoyed. I'll see you soon, Austin. Message me later. All right, maybe we'll do one more set and we'll call it a day. That'll be just about an hour, and I feel good about the things we've done today, and I'm looking forward to eating some food. Maybe I'll finish off that meatloaf. And then gotta figure out what I want to do with the rest. I could just make some beef patties, just get that ground beef, mix it up, patty it out to about like 7 ounces or so, 8 ounces, 6 or 7 ounces or so of a burger, grill it up, throw a piece of cheese on it, excuse me, and just have some of that. Although the chili bean sounds pretty good. Like maybe I can do 2 pounds of taco meat and 2 pounds of ground beef that is ready to be thrown into some chili beans. Because nothing says that I couldn't cook the ground beef, put it into a freezer bag and freeze it, and then, in a week or so when I have less food that needs to be eaten immediately, I can make some chili beans. Probably because I'm always talking about food, Jock. I'm always like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to get some food. What am I going to eat? And it's always just me talking about food, which, it's kind of par for the course. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure Joe Biden would approve. I mean, he's already approved so many things that have enriched my life. I think we can go ahead and wrap this up. Had a good little workout. About an hour. About an hour or so. We did some good back. We did some good biceps. Shouldn't be too sore tomorrow. And my back is a little stiff. That's good. As long as my legs still aren't hurting tomorrow, I'll be happy. But you know how it goes. Biceps feel good too. I guess we can try to take a single picture. And then I can go ahead and grab a quick shower and have some meatloaf. And not just a little meatloaf, but a lot of meatloaf. We'll do one more because that was a little. Let's go in the center. That felt good. All right. Whew. I need to hire somebody to give me a sponge bath after these workouts. Whew. I hope. You know what's better than a little meatloaf? A whole lot of meatloaf. I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Makes the day go by faster. And, wow, it's really dark in here now. Can't see anything. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Be back on here tomorrow with chest, if possible. So, I'll see you guys later.